Welcome to Making Connections, a WMMT series on diversifying our future. At the top of a winding Leslie County road, right on the edge of the Daniel Boone National Forest, one innovative couple is proving that solar power does work here in the narrow hollers of eastern Kentucky. Over the past decade, Elijah and Guylaine Collett have been slowly accumulating solar panels on the south-facing hill above their mobile home, and now supply well over half of their energy needs from the sun. I walked up behind their house to see the panels with Guylaine, who moved to the mountains from Toronto just over 10 years ago after meeting Elijah online.
There's my panels.
52 in all, right?
Yep.
So that's an 80-watt one?
Yeah, those are all 80 watts.
Uh-huh.
And these are 60 watts. These are the ones that barely don't need no sun, that's just flat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Down the hill, the Colletts store the solar energy themselves in deep-cycle solar batteries. At first they kept the batteries in their kitchen, but as their setup grew larger, the batteries started taking over the space. So Elijah and Guylaine built an addition onto their trailer using timber from the property to hold all of their solar equipment. Now they have 32 large black batteries in rows of 10 and 12 filling the new room.
Okay, well, each battery's got 100 amperes on each battery. 110 amperes on these and 100 amps on these. So you're looking at a lot of amps. You're looking at about 4,000 amps total. Of the battery's about 4,000 amperes. So he'll run the stuff. It'll run it 24/7, 7 days a week. So it's no problem to run everything we've got. It's 120 volts.
The only 3 appliances in their household that they can't run off the solar-charged battery banks are the well pump, the heat pump, and the stove, because these require 240-volt electricity. In addition to their battery banks, the small room is filled with wires and circuits and the various parts of a new hydropower project that Elijah is experimenting with. Elijah grew up in Bird's Fork on Jacks Creek, about 5 miles from their current place. His lifelong interest in electronics was sparked when electricity first came to his family's home in the mid-1960s.
I was always fascinated by it. I remember when they first came and put the power in Birch Fork, I looked at the light bulb, and I'd always ask my dad, and people, that question is hard for them to answer. They called it juice. I asked them where it come from, so they just couldn't answer certain questions. I guess I was 5 years old. I'm 52.
Yeah, you're 52 now.
So that was in the 60s, early 60s. I remember that and then looking at the light bulb, wondered where it came from, and I asked my parents. I was curious about things like that, and I always wanted to learn.
So your parents grew up without having electricity at all?
That's right, they did. They only used a coal oil lamp. Fuel oil lamp, like, they call it K1 kerosene now. But yeah, that's all they had.
Elijah took his first course in electronics when he was 16 and got his Class C and Class D license to repair and started out fixing people's TVs. He later went on to Hazard Technical College to get his degree in heating and air conditioning and also became a skilled locksmith. He worked as an independent contractor up until 2000, when a series of back injuries made it impossible for him to continue. Now Guylaine and Elijah work as a team to build their solar system.
I've been quit work since 2000. I didn't have any other choice. That's hard. It's a mental thing. You can't do the things you used to do. You want to. Sometimes I'll go off and cry because I can't, and then sometimes I'll get angry at myself because I can't do something. She's the one who hooked the solars up. All I do is set up on my rear.
I put the blocks, I put the panels.
All I did is just sit on my rear up there. That's all I did, and soldered them with a soldering iron like that.
Yeah, because that I don't.
The wires.
I don't know
That's
how.
all I did with a soldering iron.
Not
soldered
too
the
good
wires.
with that. I put too much solder.
But she was the one who done all the rest of the work. She's the one who did it all now.
Now the Colletts' annual income is $6,000 to $7,000 a year, or about $600 a month. Even before the recent rate hikes, their monthly electric bill was about half their monthly income.
He's on a fixed income, so we don't get enough money.
Well, we just barely do get by.
Yeah, so it was, no,
It
he
was
was
a necessity.
like,
It was a necessity.
I
We
don't
had
get
to
no
do it.
grant, I don't get nothing from
It was
here.
a necessity. It was a necessity. We had to have it. That's
Yeah.
all there was to it.
So do you think that the amount you spent on the panels you've paid for in the
It's
amount
been
you've
paid for.
saved?
It's already paid for itself already. It's already been paid off. It's already paid for itself. And the electric bill itself. Just in the electric bill.
Because calculate today, I would pay around maybe $500-600 a month of electric.
We'd be paying most of what I get a month for the electric bill.
And now I'm paying $52, $62. The most I paid was $72, and that's in the winter.
But that's not much compared to what it was before and compared to what everybody else paid.
Because his sister came here one day, and I showed her my bill, and she was surprised to see about $80.
Well, she
and
knows we
she
got
was
solar
paying $400-500 that month.
So how did you get the money to buy these solar panels?
Well, I got on my back pay on my Social Security and the ginseng off the property.
And then we plant some strawberries.
When we got to have the timber cut, when they got the timber cut, she planted strawberries down there. We take them in the van and take them around to people and just let them look at them, let them taste them.
We took,
Sold
we sold them in
by the
you
gallon,
know those
$10
little
a
bucket
gallon.
of ice cream? That you get
$10
a gallon of ice cream? I sold them $10 a gallon.
Yeah.
And we just put the money away and said we're keeping that for the panels and the batteries.
So what we do, we'd buy the panels and battery stuff up and not hook it up yet because it's worthless to put the panels up without the batteries.
They also saved up money for the $200 to $500 solar panels by collecting soda cans.
I picked up the cans on the side of the road.
Yeah.
We'd go for a little ride in the afternoon on the weekends or during the week, and I would bring 4 or 5 garbage bags and go in the ditch line and pick up all the cans. I could tell you some roads I'd done them completely, like the one in we done the one
all
from
the way down to Hyden.
all the way to up to Manchester too.
Yeah, he did.
I
Picking
walk
up
all
cans.
that up to Manchester, not in one day, but different parts, We started from one end and picked them all up until I fill up the car, about 6 to 8 garbage bags in the car, cans. And then we'd bring them here. I got a crusher. We crushed them and then put them in the bag and then go back again and fill up 6, 7 bags and put them in the car and come back. The car was smelling horrible because you pick up cans and they're not too clean on the side of the
Some people used
road.
them as spit cans for tobacco.
Yeah.
That was what was smelling in the cans.
Yeah. And then we got them here and
Had to hurry
bagged
and get
them
them out
up
of the car. And we got a
crushed
hand
them.
crusher out there on the side of the building, crush them and put them in bags and haul them to Manchester.
yeah, we had we got about
79 cents a pound per them then.
yeah, up to 80 cents a pound.
Yeah.
They were.
Elijah and Guylaine have big ideas for what solar energy could mean for the region.
I want everybody to know it works.
Yeah.
You can't stress that enough. I mean, people think solar won't work. Well, sure. If our suns are shining, it'll work. Go up there and look now, see if the sun should be still shining down on them.
Yeah.
The solar works here. It works wherever the sun shines.
Even in the winter it works. It works great in the winter too.
Yeah, it works. The shame of it is, I just hope they have plants here in Kentucky to build the panels and build them cheaper than what you can buy them for, because they're now coming out of China. And I'd like for a plant to be built. That would create jobs. You build a plant, and then people, cities, municipalities will install them, use them. Can you imagine parking lots covered with panels on top of them? They're running city buildings. We could do this. It could be done. I mean, I'm not saying get rid of the coal. Do that too, but let's go ahead in the future. Let's move on. Let's move ahead and move on, and get it more efficient. That's the name of the game.
Elijah still has to use electricity from the power company to run his guitar amplifier, but he hopes to go solar with that too one of these days.
Sing the one about me there, Canadian girls. Come on, sing it. I like
You put me on the spot, don't you?
it.
Reporting for WMMT from Leslie County, I'm Sylvia Ryerson. Making Connections is brought to you by WMMT Mountain Community Radio. Find out more at makingconnectionsnews.org.